name is Farzana. Originally I'm from Pakistan, but now I'm a U.S. citizen. For a long time I've been pressed by this need to scrape clean the rust of bigotry from the vessel of Islam and to polish it with the gold of truth. This play is one of the endeavors to nurture the kernels of truth and to explore the heart of Afghanistan, ravaged since centuries by wars, tyranny, and oppression, hoping that this piece would incite empathy for the Afghanis, becoming a gateway to love, peace, and harmony for the world. Many thanks for the opportunity of letting me share this play with you, and special thanks to the Swedish actors for their time and talents. Tack, tack.
Osama the Demented. Cast of characters. Osama, a terrorist in hiding. Samira, Osama's wife. Niazi, a mullah. Amani, a beautician. Act 1. Scene. A large cave cradle between the low range of Pamir Mountains in Afghanistan. The cave is lit by one naked bulb over the hearth, the wire visible from one end to the wall to the other. To the left of the cave is a fairly large opening, the mouth of the cave leading outdoors. To the right is a coroner's chamber used as sleeping quarters. The sitting area of the cave is cluttered with rugs, bales, cushions, and newspapers. The wall facing the audience displays a collection of rugs woven by Osama. Against the wall to the right is a large table laden with jars, all labeled, herbs and roots in sacks or scattered. A kerosene stove sits at the edge of the table, pots and kettles right beside it, and behind it a disarray of cups and saucers. A rugged stool is pushed under the table. Not far from the table is a big rock used as a stand for a radio tape player. Dusty cassettes heaped at the bottom. Besides that heap is a metal box, secured with a rusty lock. Rugs are scattered over the floor too, and facing the stage to the right is a hand loom displaying half-woven twin towers, accompanied by another rugged stool. To the left of the wall is an open pit of fire, hearth, encircled by stones for cooking. The wall behind is displayed pots and pans. A set of buckets, kettles, and containers are arranged neatly beside the makeshift hearth. A flute and an old harmonium grace a mukuri kilim in a palette of ochre and apricot. One Marakov pistol and a Kalashnikov rifle are abandoned carelessly by the hand loom. When the curtain opens, Osama's back is toward the audience. He is seated at his hand loom, examining his Kalashnikov rifle. Samira is hovering over the table, mixing herbs, while something is simmering in a pot over the kerosene stove. Amani is seated by the hearth, churning her ladle over a big pot and the open fire. Her hookah beside her neglected. Niazi is scattered on a mukuri kilim in the middle of the sitting area, evoking a gypsy tune on his flute. Osama's voice erupts forth loud and doleful.
"'Tis all a checkerboard of nights and days, where destiny with man for peace is place, hitter and fitter moves and mates and slays, and one by one back in the closet lays."
Why must you recite this quatrain of Omar Khayyam, Osama? War, not poetry, has been your avocation, if not your profession.
Osama turning while stroking his whipsy beard.
"War with words is the only option left, Mullah Niazi, to men like us who have grown old. Carpet weaving is sheer poetry, you would agree." words woven into colors of death and destruction. These twin towers will live forever, like a living, throbbing band of memory. Can't you see it? The blood in their veins, clared red, and the beautiful wounds, burgundy, burned peach. Yes, carpet weaving is like music on a harp. Can't you hear the notes? A song rippling 30 times over, an accolade divine.
Samira swinging back to face Osama.
Bah, music indeed. You have grown senile, Osama. 5 odd years since 9/11, and you're still torturing the wool of the lambs. All these rugs are ugliness, such atrocious colors. Your other wives and your horde of children left you. No wonder. And why did I stay? A devoted barren wife to untangle the knots of seal in your stupid head, perhaps.
Osama waving his arm.
Shut your mouth, Samira. You stay to drive me crazy with your preaching, and to corrupt my body with your foul herbs, which you still manage to gather from the blasted land of gods on earth. Nothing grows in Afghanistan but bullets, and your herbs has come walking to you on all fours from all corners of the world.
Samira edging closer.
Oh yes, these herbs, my demented husband, have given you some semblance of sanity all these years. Preaching? Yes, instead of hurting. If you could channel our energies to healing, brewing herbal wonders, then creating explosive atomizer of death and destruction. You married an herbalist and you didn't even know, while yugging bullets and torching the minds into wildfires of hatred and bigotry. For your benefit alone, I am brewing this syrup, which you find foul-smelling. Is that it? Silver green leaves of poppies, its seed pods ground to powder, and only the purple flowers of midsummer. I have mixed and fermented, and when the brew is ready, you take but 1 teaspoon, and you will sleep like a child. All the paranoia of your pain, fear, hatred, vanishing like a dream.
Nietze teases the strings of his harmonium, while Amani puffs on her hookah.
And I'm doomed to cook for a mullah, a dreamer, and a terrorist, all imprisoned in this morgue of a cave for life. For life!
Samira prances back to her table. Osama leaps to his feet.
A terrible cook you are, Amani. More skilled in cooking with your tongue than with your hands. What comes out of your tongue scalds the flesh, and dough needed by your hands is the bread of affliction.
Amani branching her ladle with one hand and sucking on her hookah with the other.
I wish it were true, mighty Osama. I wish I was a beautician, if you remember, not a cook. Tyranny or your Taliban turned me into a slut, scavenging for food and shelter, if not into a harlot, blasting after dirty Arabs like you.
Nietze is still playing his harmonium.
Now this chemistry of argument is turning into a symphony, most charming. I was a peddler of charms and incantations before I became a mullah. Now, let's make sense of our sorry existence in this dark cave of Afghanistan. Why are we still hiding? Our beautiful Afghanistan, always wearing the rags of poverty. Why? The wretched truth is, Afghanistan is the Jerusalem of the power-hungry and greed-mongers. It was peaceful and prosperous under the reign of King Babur. 4 centuries later, the shopkeepers of Britain came poking holes into our holy mountains, then seizing the gold-paved streets of India.
Osama, his eyes blazing.
Cease your tirade, Nietze. My head is hurting. You'd be better off studying the Quran than harangaying after the heathens.
Nietze heaving him up slowly and threading his way towards the rug of twin towers.
Heathens in all of us.